Welcoming all to the e-learning of Bharati Educational Institution. You may already know that a sentence needs a subject and a verb to complete. But why does that verb need to be finite? And what's the difference between finite and non-finite verbs? Keep watching the video and to find the meanings and examples of both the types. A finite verb is the main verb in a sentence. It is the root word that derives the rest of the sentence. Almost every verb in the English language can be used as a finite verb. And a finite verb must have these qualities in a sentence: subject, agreement with the subject as the number of the subject or the person of the subject. A tense, it may be a present or past. Every sentence must have a finite verb, even sentences that are not in the present or past tense. Some examples of finite verbs are: I cooked dinner last Thursday. Shavana is a teacher. Orlando swims 3 times a week. In this sentence, Orlando, I, Shavana are the subjects, and swims, cooked, is a finite verb. The sentence depends on the finite verb. Finite verb can be action verb or helping verbs. Non-finite verbs are easy to understand as finite verbs. If a verb does not have a subject or a tense or is a part of a verb phrase, it is a non-finite verb. Examples of verbs that can function as non-finite verbs include verbals such as gerund, infinitives, participle. Verbal function as parts of speech in a sentence, so they can't be the finite verb in a sentence. They also can't be the only verb in a sentence. Finite verbs must accompany non-finite verbs to establish both the subject and tense of a sentence. Non-finite verbs function as nouns, adjectives or adverbs or combine with a finite verb for a verb tense. Some examples: cooking lamb properly is a skill. Here cooking is a gerund which acts as a noun. Find a recipe to cook prawns. To cook is an infinitive which acts as adjective. I have cooked the ham. Here cooked is a past participle which helps with tense. Heat the oil to cook the prawns. To cook is infinitive which acts as adverb in this sentence. Gerund is a noun that formed from a verb. Gerund usually end in ing form. For example, swimming, playing, acting. Here some more example a sentence: running is fun. Here the gerund is the subject of the sentence. Next, I love reading. Here the gerund is the direct object of the sentence. Last week I made studying my priority. Here studying acts as an indirect object. Next, by reading we can explore new worlds. By reading. Here gerund acts as the preposition object of a preposition. Her occupation is writing. In this sentence, gerund acts as a predicate noun. Unlike a normal noun, a gerund maintains some verb-like properties. Like a verb, a gerund can take a direct object and be modified with an adverb. Infinitive form of a verb is the basic form. It is the version of verb which appears in a dictionary. Example: to run, to dance, to think. But these are not always preceded by to. Here some examples: I need to run every day. Here the infinitive form with the word to is called full infinitive or true infinitive. Next, I must run every day. After certain verbs, to is dropped. The word to is not a preposition. It is often called the sign of the infinity. I run every day. This is not the infinitive form. This is a finite verb. A verb function as the main verb. An infinitive is a non-finite verb which cannot be the main verb in a sentence. An infinitive can be used as a noun, an adjective, or an adverb. Here are some examples. To dance was her passion. The infinitive is the subject of was. Comparing this sentence to dancing was her passion, this proves that infinitive to dance is being used as a noun. Give him an ornament to polish. The infinitive modifies ornament. This means it is functioning as an adjective. Next, the officer returned to help. The infinitive modifies the verb returned. This means it is functioning as an adverb. Next, bare infinitives, which come next to the modal verbs. He should go home. Here, this is called a bare infinitive. A participle is a verb form that can be used as an adjective to create verb tense or to create the passive voice. There are two types of participle: present participle, past participle. Here there are some examples in which present participle and past participle act as a verb, adjective, and noun. It was rainy a little yesterday. He has lied to me too many times. In this sentence, participle acts as a verb. He took gardening classes at community college. The broken record isn't worth keeping. In these two sentences, participle act as adjective. His batting is better than his fielding. Here, participle acting as a noun.